Today we're going to get a little crafty with our bourbon.
That's so lame. That is so bad.
Welcome back to another edition of Bourbon Kingdom. I'm David.
And I'm Zach.
And today we are going to talk about some craft bourbons.
Yeah, so basically we're going to talk about our favorite, 8 craft distilleries overall. Some of these source, some of them don't.
Yeah. We probably left some off that we really like to, but...
Yeah, I feel like I probably should have given you a heads up. You probably could have brought a couple over that you like.
Yeah.
But a couple things to this. First off, hit your subscribe, notifications, and put down your favorite craft distillery in there.
Yep.
Number 2, we understand that certain brands, such as you'd probably say Forgate, Old Carter, stuff like that, Limestone, a couple others that might be considered craft distilleries. We're just not throwing them in there because we're trying to do some more off the beaten path. Is that fair?
Some we've talked about a lot before.
Some we have.
Yeah, so just know.
But we want to give them their respect here in this. The other thing with this is I don't care if they source or not, because a lot of startups source or they blend with sourcing and their own stuff.
Yeah. And
it's not good. But these places are good, so I feel like supporting a craft distillery is important, and especially if they're doing something good, and then if they just switch all to their distillate and it sucks, Jefferson's, then, it is what it is. So, you just have to deal with it.
I think one of the things that we want to highlight with this, honestly speaking, is we know what the big boys put out.
Sure.
We know what they put out.
Sure, 1000%.
It's worth sometimes trying to find something off the beaten path that is worth investing your money and your time into trying. And so that's what we're trying to do. We want to give you some things that you could potentially look at and go, this is something I've not really thought about before, so let's try it.
I agree. And with today's bourbon, or whiskey, whatever you want to say,
yep, it
is super expensive, and depending on the craft brand, it's a gamble.
Yep, it really is.
Yeah, it just is. So, all right, let's start. Let's start with one of our local favorites too. Let's start with Starlight. So, Starlight to me is a brand that has really taken off, I think, with store picks and club picks and Patreon picks. I think they're a brand that does a phenomenal job with a lot of finishing stuff.
Yes.
As well. The cigar blend has done phenomenal in a lot of groups and a lot of picks and a lot of stores in our area. I think, and I keep saying this, I think the boys up there that run it right now, the Huber brothers, I think they do a fantastic job. I think they're some of the smartest people in all of whiskey.
Yeah.
And I think eventually when it is their show and they're running it how they want to, not saying that they're doing anything wrong or they're doing anything wrong, but I think just whenever they have more control, I think it will take a huge jump. And I think I think they're going to have such an incredible respected name that's even more now. It will just be taken to a whole nother level.
I agree with that. I totally agree with that. There are a lot of good bottles that they put out.
Sure.
This cigar blend is just the rep of what they put out that is really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get a chance, if it's somewhere in your area, take a chance and pick one up. They're not all hitters. They're not all great. Some of them aren't good at all. But the truth is there's more good than there's not.
I agree. Actually, I'm not the biggest fan of their standard bourbon and rye.
Yeah.
But anything that's finished with them, I've had, and I don't think any of them are bad.
No.
Whatsoever.
They're honey.
Oh, I know. You're madly in love with that. This one shouldn't take very long because we just talk about this all the time.
Hard Truth, Sweet Mash Rye.
Yeah.
That's all we need to say. We can just move this along.
It was our Rye of the Year last year. It's incredible. It's made in Indiana. It's not MGP. It is one of the best shelfer ryes in our area. I don't know all the areas it's in. If you have the opportunity to get this. By the way, I keep having people ask me this. This is Mashville #1. I know the caramel one's supposed to be really good too.
Yeah.
Whatever that is. I've not went through all the Mashvilles on them because I just keep going back to this one and drinking it.
This one's unbelievable.
But it's incredible.
This one's really good.
Next one, another one we do talk about tremendously. A lot.
But they need to be talked about a lot.
Yeah.
They do really good work.
Yeah. Chattanooga Whiskey, with their cask strength alone, like, this is my third or fourth one. This one's coming off a lot more like dark chocolate and caramel.
Yeah.
I just had one that was really kind of fruity not too long ago. Ken, our friend, he sent us one for our Advent calendar, and I swear everyone was holy. It was like an expensive Scotch. Like, they're just doing some wild things with these blends.
Wild stuff for sure.
I think it's like a 20-barrel blend or something that they're doing. No, I'm sorry, 6 to 10 barrel blends. I just think they're great. I think their stuff is young, but
they do it in a way that doesn't make it feel young.
No, not whatsoever.
I'm impressed with them because
1,000%.
I mean, they're putting out 2-year stuff that tastes like 4 or 5-year stuff.
Yes,
and
I totally agree.
That's, hats off to Grant and his crew of people.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
So, all right, next one. One of my favorite ones I tell people all the time, if you're coming in from basically like the East Coast side, coming to Kentucky, you'd always hit. But Boone County.
Yes.
So Boone County, they were sourcing from MGP. They're starting to integrate a lot more of their own stuff. You can still get a lot of their, like, I won't say you get a lot, but occasionally you can get like some of their single barrel, like 6-year, 8-year, then 9-year wheater, I think not too long ago.
Yeah.
This is their small batch of straight bourbon whiskey. This is really good. I will tell you, I have had their pot still stuff, and I have not loved it at all.
Again, with everything, you can't have a hitter on
I agree. But I do think if you see this on the shelves, if you see the Rise, or definitely any single barrel picks from them, I think it is great.
We have a tendency to, if there's something bad in a craft distiller's lineup, we have a tendency to throw the baby out with the bathwater, which we shouldn't do.
What a saying.
Because there's, like, Boone County puts out a lot of stuff. Just because you don't like the one thing, doesn't mean that the rest of it is not good, because it actually is really good.
No, I agree.
And so just be careful of taking one thing in the lineup and just giving it, the same treatment for everything.
Yeah, I agree. All right, another distillery. Good friends of yours too, by the way. The guys over there at Down Home.
Yes, yeah. They finish pretty well. To me, they're a lot like Starlight in the sense that they finish pretty well. They do a lot of things in finished barrels. He gets a little quirky with what he finishes in, and just tries to create some things that are just drinkers' delights, like in the general sense. Like he wants them to be.
Here is like incredible. This is my last one of it, but this is a wheated toasted finish.
Yeah,
and this thing has like such a really nice cigar honey finish there too. It's awesome.
Yeah, we just did. I'll say him because I missed it. I missed it. But he did a Down Home pick, and I saw at the Down Home pick he had almost every former barrel pick bottle there.
Oh yeah. In the video that we did, or that I did basically, where we went on a pick, somebody did bring a bunch of the picks that they had previously, and I do agree. I think Down Home, they've had some like standard releases, but I think where they really shine is a lot more of their toasted bourbon, especially their toasted wheat. Their ryes are good. I've had some of their ryes; they're pretty good. They're not my favorite, but definitely like the wheat and the bourbon side of things are really good.
I have a tendency to agree with that.
All right, last three. Man, these are tough to decide which one I want to talk about first. Prideful Go. We have reviewed them. We have talked about them. These are just really great, delightful 6-year-old MGP.
Yeah.
And for a time and day where finding good young MGP, people are like, oh, MGP's everywhere. I'm like, yes, but not good MGP is everywhere. This is really, really freaking good MGP.
And the name is awesome.
And the guys who run it. I mean, the guys, between, I think it's like Bourbon Real Talk with Randy, and then over at Neat with Chris. I mean, they're just super great guys. They're very transparent about everything. They're very helpful. Whenever I've reached out to them, asked them questions about this, they're just, they're just like some of the best guys.
Yep. Yeah.
So
for sure.
super cool.
Yeah, worth picking up. And these are what, 60, 70 bucks?
Yeah, something like that.
Somewhere right in there.
All right, second to last, but definitely not forgotten, Redwood Empire.
Yep. Listen, you all know, if you've been at this channel at any amount of time, you know our love for Redwood Empire. Their standard lineup, their cask strength lineup, they're all good in their own right. I was just on a trip with my family. I took a bottle of Pipe Dream. I did not bring a bottle of Pipe Dream home. It's completely gone. And so we just, like, it's just so good. I wouldn't want to leave this off the list because I think they do such a phenomenal job with bottling, with marketing, with the liquid inside of it. I think it's worth talking about and making sure that people know about Redwood Empire.
All right, and the great thing about Redwood Empire is it's pretty readily available.
Yeah.
Like it's, at least for us in our area, and even like with the cask strength and the bottle and bond expressions, like bottle and bond, I don't think we still haven't seen the cask strength. But if you go like to the West Coast, you pretty much find them like everywhere.
Yeah.
So overall,
yeah, for sure. And the price point is awesome too.
Oh yeah, it's all very affordable.
Yeah.
All right, and finally, the last one on the list is going to be the Exceptional Series by Rare Character. Dave, I'm going to be honest with you. This is starting to become one of my jams.
Yeah.
I just really appreciate everything that Rare Character is doing with these. These are really, really good. They're a little funky. They have beautiful artwork on the back.
Yeah, the artwork is definitely kind of the cool thing for sure on the back of it.
And just overall, like, they're really, really good.
Yeah, they're good.
And we haven't seen really any of them here in Kentucky yet. The Exceptional Series, we have seen Rare Characters and stuff, but we've not seen any of these, so I'm patiently waiting for these to drop in Kentucky.
Just continue to be patient.
I'm trying, but it's hard.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. So that's our list of, craft distillers that we would recommend. I'm sure there's some that we've missed.
Sure.
Please tell us the ones that you would recommend, because we love trying new craft distilleries that at least have some backing to them and people like have good things to say about them. So leave in the comments what those are, and then I guess till the next time,
We'll see you.
We'll see you.